Luckily, most of the people are not this way, but there are enough out there that maybe they could learn something from these videos.
Yeah, and a lot of the free camp areas are no longer free camp areas because of people just doing things that they're just not supposed to do.
So that kind of puts a damper on it a little bit. The majority of RVers are wonderful, but there are things that some people do at campgrounds that are extremely unsafe, inconsiderate, and just kind of make our jaws drop.
So this video is going to be a little bit of a PSA because we truly believe that some people don't even realize that they're doing this or it's inconsiderate, but we want to put this video out there because I'm sure we're not the only ones that have seen it, but I'm sure a lot of other RVers have seen it also. Before we get into this video, quick reminder, guys, a lot of subscribers have reached out, say they've been unsubscribed unknowingly. So just take a second, go back, make sure that you are subscribed and the notification bell is on. That way you can see all our new releases. And you want to stay to the end of this video, watch the whole video, because there's some really important ones here that could save lives.
Number one is actually pretty terrifying when we see this at campgrounds, and it is letting young kids wander off on their own. We've had this happen so many times at campgrounds where little kids, I'm talking 4, 6, 7 years old, will come up to us. The last campground we were at, did you see a missing cat? We're missing our cat. They're on their bikes. They were on our site.
Yeah. You
can tell they're far away from where their RV is, no adults in sight. Guys, we said this before, you have to be really, really careful with your kids because we've heard also, we actually did a news story on a child that was abducted from a campground. Are kids safe? In most cases, yes, but you just want to keep tabs on your kids and know who they're talking to and where they are.
The next one, this one's a pet peeve. We've seen this before and it kind of hits home because where we live, there's a lot of wildlife. So the second one's going to be feeding wildlife. Guys, I know that you believe it's cute, that you're doing them a favor. If they don't have you, they'll starve. Well, they were there before you and they survived. So why shouldn't you feed the wildlife? There's a variety of reasons. The biggest one being it's probably illegal in most places where you go. Do not feed the wildlife, whether it's a deer, a turkey, a squirrel, whatever. Don't feed it. More importantly, you're actually doing damage, potentially doing damage to those animals. You don't know what their diet is. You could be bringing more animals to that area, transmitting disease. If wild animals become too used to and too dependent on humans for feeding, they lose their natural ability to hunt, to forage. And then for your safety, guys, you could get attacked by one of these animals. We have a ton of deer that live by us. They're super friendly. They're not even afraid of us. We don't feed them. Why? Because even a small deer is pretty damn big, and I don't want to get kicked by a deer. I don't want to get trampled by a deer. I don't want nothing to do with it. And we've seen this how many times at the national parks.
Yes.
Oh, this is so cute. I'm going to take a selfie with the buffalo. I'm going to take a selfie with a bison, or I'm going to throw some food at them. We'll wind up getting gored, trampled. You've seen the ones where people feed them at the car, and the bison sticks its head right into them. Like, just don't do it, guys. It's not cool. It's not cool for like a video opportunity to put it up, on your Instagram or whatever. Leave the humans out of it.
If you want to feed an animal, get a domesticated animal to feed.
Go to a petting zoo and throw it feed.
Or that. The next one is leaving your car or your towed vehicle sticking out into the road where people need to bring their RVs through, or even just bring their cars through, whatever.
Or emergency vehicles have to get through.
Right, we've seen this many times. Again, with every one of these guys, most people are great. This is maybe for those select chosen few that may be watching and need a little reminder. And also we want your feedback below on things that you have seen. When RVs have to come through, you'll have some sites that have 6, 8, 10 guests, right? And they have all their pickup trucks like lined up into the road, and it's just inconsiderate. So people are not able to get their RVs or anything else through.
Right. When you rent, which is basically what you do, when you rent your site, you're renting your site. You're not renting your site and the roadway and the site across. Now, most campgrounds, they'll have an overflow parking lot. So you may have to walk 5 minutes, but that's okay because not only other RVers coming in. We had this up at, was in Navesink up in New York.
Oh, yes.
Oh, God. We went up there and, I mean, talk about inconsiderate. People there should watch this video because from leaving trash on the campground to blocking up the whole roadway where the workers had to come on golf carts and play like police directing.
Yeah, that was rough.
That was the epitome of bad manners on our RVers. Just don't be that person. If you can't fit on your site, then you got to park somewhere else. Go to the overflow parking, go to the front office, and most of the times they're going to accommodate accommodate you because they don't want you blocking up the road. We have many more things to go over. However, we do want to thank the sponsor of this video, RVmattress.com by Brooklyn Bedding. Now, we have been out camping for a couple of days now, and we absolutely love it because we get, like today, we slept till 7 o'clock almost.
Glorious. It was glorious. I love sleeping on the RV because it's so comfortable. Something great about them is, well, first of all, they have all different products for your RV and for home. We have one at home on Jason's bed, his mattress, he loves it. They have cooling pillows, weighted blankets, sheets, I mean, all different types of products that you can get. And they're RV specific mattresses. So many people are afraid, well, is it going to fit my, no, it's going to fit. They also have a 120 night sleep trial, guys. So you can try it out for a couple months before you really decide if that is the mattress for you.
They're headquartered in the USA, and they have all different types of mattresses, meaning that if you like a memory foam mattress like we have, they have that. If you want just coils, they have that. If you want a hybrid of foam and coils, they have that. If you want soft, medium, firm, they have all types of mattresses. And what's even more awesome, guys, is that now through May 31st, 35% off of your purchase, which is the biggest discount that they have ever given. Now, this is very easy. You're gonna go to rvmattress.com/endless. You're gonna follow the instructions on the screen, which means you're going to put your cell phone number in there. You'll receive a text with your specific discount code. It will get you 35% off. Disclaimer, this does not work in Canada, and you have to do it that way. Otherwise, you're not gonna get the 35% off. So we absolutely love ours, guys, and we've had hundreds and hundreds of our viewers that have given a positive feedback. They're a great company. They're a big supporter of our channel and many RV channels. You want more information about rvmattress.com by Brooklyn Bedding? We're going to put their link down below.
Now, the next one could be, I guess you could say, a little entertaining or dangerous or both at the same time. But if someone is having a full-blown fight on their RV, verbal, not physical.
Well, it could turn into physical very easily.
Hopefully not, but with the windows open. So if you find yourself with your partner or children or whatever, that you're getting escalated to that part, this is what I tell people. If you're getting mad at your dog or whatever, just walk out. Just take a time out, walk out. But then we've heard it a couple times. This hasn't happened a lot. People full-blown fights on the RV.
You said with your windows open, but with your windows closed, most RVs have pretty thin walls, and you hear everything that goes in on that RV. So just keep that in mind, guys. Maybe one less Corona will contribute to that, or Budweiser, wherever your drink of choice is.
Put in the comments below, guys, if you've been privy to hear one of these, like fully crazy fights on somebody's RV. The next one is for your safety and for the safety of everybody else around you. And we see this a lot of times at campgrounds where people will come and they have their RV and then they have this whole elaborate setup, which is great. They have coolers and tables and, bars and
multiple grills.
Yeah, like it's a whole restaurant setup, which is pretty cool. But the problem is a lot of times people will leave all of this stuff open, out, unlocked, whatever, overnight, which can then attract pests. You can attract bears, raccoons, and things that are then going to start bringing these animals towards everybody's site.
Right, and we know this. Again, a lot of people that are RVing, I shouldn't say a lot of people, some people that are RVing that are doing this may not even know better. They may not live in an area that's an issue. We live in an area you cannot leave things out. The bears will get it. And
they even opened our bear-proof can. They got it open.
And when we put the garbage out, we still have some neighbors that for whatever reason, they will not invest in a bear-proof container, and every now and then their garbage is like in a quarter mile. We just saw this weekend where we're at a Pennsylvania State Park, and Pennsylvania state parks, a lot of bears, just like where we live.
Right.
They have the dumpsters here. The dumpsters have the pins in them. Somebody left the pin open. There's garbage everywhere now.
Yeah.
Who has to clean it up? The people that work here have to clean it up. But you don't want to walk up on a bear. This has happened to me at home.
You were on a ladder, weren't you?
Well, on a ladder, but this happened when I was dropping our garbage off. It was dark. It was early in the morning, and I had my headlights on, and I go to drop the garbage because it's about a quarter mile from where we live to where we drop the garbage, and I see a big bear like this, like big. And he just looked at me, wasn't moving anywhere. I just put it in reverse, made a U-turn. We're not dropping the garbage off right now. So yeah, you don't want to walk up on them at night. You can't see them. They can see you. They can smell you for sure. Don't leave food or anything to attract animals.
The next one I believe we've mentioned in the past, but it
This is a big
definitely
one.
deserves another mention because people still continue to do it, and that is letting their dogs run free on campgrounds or anywhere, for a matter of fact. So we had an incident about a month or two ago. We were camping, and we actually did a video. This was in a vlog that we did, and this dog came at us aggressively when we had Sierra and Bowser, and luckily didn't attack but was able to retreat. But we just had a few days ago, Izzy was walking the dogs at home and somebody had their dog out on the front lawn and the dog charged and attacked, and the three dogs were going at it. Bowser got a nice big cut on the top of his head, but luckily that's all. Thank God nobody was really hurt. Sierra was limping a little bit after. I don't know if she twisted her leg, but this guy was very apologetic. It's our neighbor. We don't know him, but
yeah, it's like probably half a mile away.
Yeah, I mean, most states, many states have leash laws. Like New Jersey has a leash law. You do not have your dog off leash, but so many people don't follow that. But at campgrounds, it's so critical because you have so many kids, as we mentioned, running free. They're on their bikes, and if there's a dog running, chasing them, that can be terrifying to kids or some adults.
Right, and then even if you have a friendly dog, because we've had this happen when we're on trails. Dog runs up to, oh no, my dog's friendly. Oh, that's great. That doesn't mean somebody else's dog is friendly. Right. And if you have an aggressive dog, the dog shouldn't be out unless it has a leash on it. It shouldn't be out on your lawn. It shouldn't be at your campsite. It shouldn't be free. It shouldn't be out, because that is a liability waiting to happen, and you don't want your dog to get hurt. You don't want somebody else's dog to get hurt. You don't want a kid to get hurt, because that's going to be a big problem, probably criminal charges for you. So please just keep that in mind. The next one is going to be regarding trash. Specifically, if you have a fire ring, throwing trash in the fire ring, leaving trash in the fire ring. This one in particular, this one's not too bad. There's wood in here, which whatever, it's fine, it's wood, you burn that. But then there's also paper towels. It looks like there's candy wrappers, there's foil, there's a Larabar wrapper. Guys, I mean, somebody's gonna clean that up. The camp host has to clean that up. You don't have a personal maid here. Just clean up your stuff. Don't put trash in the fire ring.
Now the last one is noise, and that can come in all shapes and sizes. We're talking about music, and we're talking about just the bugs are all over the place. Voice level, as it gets later at night. Another big one that newbies may not realize is right across from us is we have some people camping. They're in a tent, and they have a generator that has been going almost nonstop. It stopped overnight, and it is loud. So I feel bad. Our neighbors next door have been sitting out all day, and it's really, you could probably hear it behind us.
Before we even get into the generator, we'll talk about that New York campground again. You remember the swimming pool?
Oh my God, yes.
So this campground checked everything. We'll never go back, from filthy bathrooms to no mannered patrons. Yes. It was pretty bad.
That was an exception to where we've stayed for
But
sure.
They had a nice pool, and then a group decided that they were going to have their own concert there. I mean, the music was blaring. It was so loud.
Boom boxes, baby.
It was just that. It was
Remember that?
That was their pool, and it was their time, and it didn't matter when anybody else thought. Which is crazy to me, because the office for the campground was literally right across. And they should have shut that down immediately.
And we didn't use the pool. We actually wanted to go swimming.
Going in there. I'm like, what is this?
I know. It was kind of like, it was crazy.
Let's talk about generators, guys. So like MJ said, you could probably hear it. There's a generator going quite a lot behind us. So noise levels. Now, if you have to use a generator, whether you're in a tent, whether you're in a trailer, Class A, whatever, there's different types of generators to use. One, you really shouldn't try not to run it all day, especially if you're at a state campground, because you come here for the quiet. You can't hear it. You just hear that generator. Also, there's specific types of generators really that are more appropriate for campgrounds. So like the generator in motorhome, you can't really hear it. It's super quiet. Then they have inverter type generators. So like Harbor Freight has a really nice one. Honda makes one. They're super quiet. You wouldn't hear it. Finally, you have your battery-powered generators. So whether they're the EcoFlows or the Jackeries or the multitude of other ones out there, you can run them all day, guys. You put a solar panel on them, and they're good to go. Yep. You can even run them and just plug them in for a little bit, and they'll be good to go. What you don't want to do is get your Generac or your home backup generator and run it, because this is the result. And they may not realize it. However, they're the only ones in the whole campground.
I know.
So
if doing it. Yeah.
You must be like, I don't know what's going on around me. I don't get it.
Because we really haven't had any quiet at this, and we do enjoy the state parks and the quiet that you get. It's just very serene and tranquil and peaceful. So that kind of puts a damper on it a little bit. In the comments below, let us know some other tips. Now, a lot of the more common ones, you know, like off-leash dogs. We mentioned that, but a lot of these other ones we haven't heard a lot in other videos. What are some things that you've seen at campgrounds? It could be ones that we've mentioned or other ones that have just kind of blown your mind and go, wow, I can't believe, in consideration.
I'm sure there's a lot of them, including like dumping your sewer somewhere. I'm sure
Oh my
people
God.
have seen that.
Yeah, but again, guys, luckily most of the people are not this way, but there are enough out there that maybe they could learn something from these videos.
Yeah, and a lot of the free camp areas are no longer free camp areas because of people just doing things that they're just not supposed to do. So in the comments below, let us know what you've seen. Also, if you like videos like this to the left of us, we'll put our RV newbies playlist, we'll put our RV vlogs playlist. And for myself and MJ, it's a journey of a lifetime, and we'll see you on the road.